Paper, yeah. What's up, y'all? It's Paperboy Prince. I was just chilling tonight, relaxing, and I'm scrolling and I see some stuff about the ASAP Rocky trial. And I'm like, it's crazy. First off, it's crazy. It seems like folks in hip hop there's always some trial going on, and there's often somebody in prison or something like that. I mean, at a higher rate than like any other entertainment, like any other facet of entertainment. Um, Sports, other genres of music, actors. You in hip hop, there's a lot of folks that are going through trials and trying to beat a case or actively in prison or on probation. It's also used as a marketing tactic. It also has a high concentration of young, young people. A lot of folks in hip hop are young. It's not an excuse, but that's a part of it. Okay, so this ASAP Rocky trial, if you're not familiar, basically he is accused of, and this is all, I'm going to say all alleged, and I don't know all the facts. I haven't read the actual case. So, but this video isn't necessarily about all the facts of the case. It's more so about the problems with hip hop and the problems with the culture and how this case kind of emphasizes those. So basically, right? He's accused of allegedly his friend that's also an ASAP. His friend's literally name is ASAP. What's his name? ASAP Relly. He's accused of basically taking a pow pow and pow powing him. And I'm self-editing there because, so for monetization, but he's accused of basically doing this, and the details, so like, why would he, try to, pull a weapon on his own friend? Well, basically what happened is, the story is that I guess his friend ASAP Relly was talking behind his back, saying that, he doesn't like how ASAP treated him about something or something like that. And this is after ASAP had did something to him. Again, all alleged. And so that got back to ASAP. He felt like that was disrespect. So from that, he went and confronted him, got his location, confronted him with a group of other people, and basically had a bunch of different tools to use to harm his friend. And I'm using tools to supplement for other words. And yeah, he then let off that tool, pow pow, and hurt his friend. Literally, he got hit, apparently. And now what ASAP Rocky is claiming is that it was a prop, that it was, he does acting and movies and modeling. So that was just a prop pow pow that he had, that he was using to scare his friend. I know it sounds like a crazy story, but that's what he says. So my opinion, I don't think that was a prop. This is my personal opinion. I don't think it was a prop at all. I think that it was real, and he was really trying to be on his gangster stuff, and he felt like he's the biggest guy in the crew, and so he's gonna lay down the law. And it came to this, and in California, this happened in California somewhere in 2021. He ended up doing this to his friend, which kind of makes a lot of sense when you look at ASAP Rocky's rollout over the last few years. He's had multiple kids with Rihanna. He's kind of tried to tone down the gangster image some in his music. A lot of times he'll use it overly to kind of reinforce that, oh, I do the pretty Flacco stuff, but I still have the gangster image. He's kind of toned it down recently. And then he's, been having a bunch of kids with Rihanna, doing the family man thing, even taking like a modern relationship approach to really taking the back seat to her and kind of, I feel like, winning a lot of favor with the media and with women by doing stuff like that. And ASAP Rocky is like one of those guys who's like silently popular. Like he doesn't have like a #1 song or like a huge song in a while, but people like ASAP Rocky. Like living in New York, it's funny. Like I have friends. I had some like white homegirls, and they love ASAP Rocky. Two, a lot of people try to dress like ASAP Rocky. A lot of folks that, like, I would say don't know how to dress, they just try to copy ASAP Rocky, which might not be a bad way to try to, get fresh. And don't judge my outfit. I'm just chilling at home, and wanted to give y'all the raw real quick. So yeah, okay, so let's get to the real issues, right? Here's the issue that kind of made me upset. And I don't know if this is the CIA or if this is just actually ignorant people. And I think it is ignorant people. Might have started with the CIA and now it's trickled down and it's ignorant people saying it. But here's the issue. Here's the issue. They're saying his friend is snitching. Okay? And at a certain point in hip hop, there became this obsession with snitching. Once like gangster rap became a thing, like in the 90s and then into the 2000s, then this obsession with like rooting out snitching came over hip hop, and it's still there. It's like they have not moved on from this concept. Rappers are still obsessed with snitches. It's like, yo, I get if somebody lying on you, like someone lying on you to the police, that's one thing. I also understand that if you are mutually deciding to do bad things with a person, like you're mutually saying, hey, we're both gonna go rob a bank, and then the person you rob the bank with snitches on you, I get being upset about that. That I understand. Now, having this whole iron fist and like that you want to like do all this bodily harm to people because of them snitching, to me, I don't agree with that at all. And I think it's a cognitive dissonance, because if you're going to sign up to do crime, you have to understand that's a major risk of it. Somebody telling on you, not being able to trust people that you work with. There's no honor amongst thieves. So you want somebody to do all of these crimes, but yet you want them to be like the most honorable person and have all this honor. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It is a recipe for a disaster. So that's one of the main issues to me, is like this obsession with snitching. I have a problem when people have a problem with the snitching, right? And you just did something bad to a regular person. Like, you don't want people to snitch, but you did something bad that you need to be snitched on. Like, and it's not snitching. I should say you need to be snitched on, because it's not snitching. Like in this situation, in the ASAP Rocky situation, it was his friend that was apparently just saying stuff behind his back. Maybe he called him a name he didn't like. Maybe that's what it was. But you're that sensitive, even if he called you the worst name in the book. He said it somewhere miles away from you, and then you're calling him to you because you want to check the disrespect, because you're that sensitive over what a man says, which sounds a little, I'm not even going to say to me, but it sounds weird that you were that emotional over what a man said, that you risk your freedom and his life, so now your life, over that. And then because you did it, no one told you to go out there and try to be a Rambo and a big gangster and do all of that. You decided to do that. You wanted to be the gangster. Your girlfriend is a billionaire, bro. A billionaire. You're already a millionaire, a multimillionaire, and have been one for years. Why are you in the street and in the alley trying to do harm to people? First of all, that's a whole other video. Like, there's a whole other video for people who are millionaires obsessed with doing crime. It doesn't make sense to me. That does not make sense to me. Like, you probably just have too much time on your hands. I've hung out with folks that are like, you know, celebrities and very, very well to do. And sometimes they have so much time on their hands that they can just get into crime, or they want to self-destruct, or like they have all these survivor's remorse or whatever. Yeah, I don't get that. You're the one who did you're the one who decided to be violent. You're the one who decided that. So when the person that you almost tried to off decides to take the stand based on you getting prosecuted because you did this in a public place and now are being deemed a danger to society, it's a good thing that they're telling. And I want to, once I get the platform, and that's part of the reason I'm making more YouTube videos and talking about this and giving just teaching and talking about it. Once I get the platform, I promise you, we'll share more about folks need to start snitching. Because if we did, there would be a higher awareness to not do the crimes. Like, if you're going to be terrorizing people, if you're going to be harming people, like recklessly, you know what I mean? I understand self-defense. I understand that we live in a country where self-defense is a real thing, and there are varying levels to self-defense, and there's some levels of self-defense that, you know, are extreme, but that exist. I understand that. But this wasn't a case of self-defense. This was a case of you trying to be a fake gangster and trying to do the most, like, allegedly, and now that it's out, you know, it looks wild. Now, he's very rich and successful and has a lot of friends in high places. Who knows how much time he does for this, right? Who knows how much time he does for this? Apparently, he had a plea deal, a 6-month plea deal, so he could have did 6 months and maybe got out with good behavior in 2.5 months or something like that. But he denied that, and now they're going through the trial. So maybe, hey, maybe he knows something we don't know, that he can beat it. And who knows how long he would be in jail if he does get convicted of it, maybe a couple of years or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of my main issue, is the snitching and the accusations of snitching. And I'm looking at the comments on the Law and Crime page, and I'm looking at the live comments as well, the live chat, and it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of people that are comfortable repeating this. Yo, this person's a snitch. This person's da-da-da. And it's just like, I'm okay to have an unpopular opinion on this, I guess. And I think there would be so many more people that are alive, so many people that would not have PTSD and all of these issues. The communities would be so much better. The music would be better. The movies would be better if folks weren't trying to enforce these rules that only protect literally some of the worst people that exist. You know, yeah, if you're doing some of these crimes, like, again, like I said, I gave the example before. If you sign up to do a specific crime with someone, I know it's not always that black and white, but if you say, hey, we're gonna go rob a bank, and the other person that robs with you tells, that to me is snitching. That is like, that's messed up. But I would say that's also a risk of doing crime, like I said before. But if you go and are hurting people, terrorizing people, acting out of pocket, being reckless, using pow-pows, yeah, people should start telling. Because then it's just like what? And then the difference is you're the rich person in the crew. This person, ASAP Relly, I'm sure he does well and is, you know, a successful young person in his own right, but he's not ASAP Rocky level of success and ability to generate revenue at this point. He's also not Rihanna level. Um, you know what I mean? So my point being is that ASAP Rocky in this case has more to lose. Bro, you got more to lose. And you're moving like this, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And this is why we need more positive people in the community. Listen, everybody makes mistakes, but if you're close to 40, as is ASAP Rocky, and you are in the mainstream business world now, you talk about wanting to be a businessman and doing all these things and working with all these companies, but yet acting like someone that is a degenerate, you know? And I like ASAP Rocky. I met him before. I actually, funny enough, I saw him this summer. I saw him. I was driving through Manhattan, going to the gym, and I see ASAP Rocky like going for a run. I see him like a car. What type of car is this? I can't remember now, but it was like a Rolls Royce. It was a nice car, Rolls Royce or a Bentley or something like that, following him while he's going for a run on like Bowery or something like that. This is a couple months ago. And I was like, oh snap, ASAP Rocky, yo, what's up? Like, actually, no, that's what it was. I was driving in the street, right? And some dude was just standing in the middle of the street. And I'm like I was the first car and there wasn't really many cars in the street. And I'm like, yo, who is this dude standing in the street? Like, is he okay? Like, what's wrong with him? Why are you standing in the street, bro? Like, move. I'm not trying to hit you, but you're in the middle of the street. And then as I get closer, I look and I'm like, oh snap, that's ASAP Rocky. I didn't realize because he was in like running gear or something like that. I'm like, that's ASAP Rocky. And I'm like, wait, was that ASAP Rocky? I'm like, that was ASAP Rocky. And then I knew it was when I saw, like I said, like a Bentley or something following him while he was going for a run. He had some headphones and listened to some music. I am a fan of ASAP Rocky. So I like some of his music. Definitely like the earlier stuff was like super dope. And that's part of the issue, is that when folks are successful and especially artists are doing well at one thing, then they kind of like crash out in other ways. And hip hop has a big issue with that. And we allow this babyism where we allow folks to be babies, and folks that, you know, if you're in the NBA and you're being successful or whatever, you can't just act any type of way. And same thing if you're some big actor or something like that. But for rappers, they're allowed to get away with a lot of crazy degenerate stuff. And when you start seeing that becoming common, it usually ends up being, you know, preceding their downfall. The Baby, which I like the Baby's music too. But the actions, there was a point where before he had that issue that basically where he like talked about gay people on stage, he already had a bunch of run-ins and like fights and like crazy altercations that like, I guess it was marketing, but it was kind of like so over the top that it was like something has to give, and it gave. And that's just a lot of energy to like that's just like a lot of energy to have to carry with you everywhere you go if you're like always beefing with people. Anyway, that's this video. Let me know what you guys think. You can like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Y'all know my Instagram, Twitter, I'm on there at Paperboy_the_Prince on Instagram. Hit me up. Paper, yeah. One love, ASAP Rocky. You know, I know you're a father and you got a whole family, so best of luck. But we do got to make better decisions, and we got to hold folks accountable when they make those decisions. And you know, we can teach and all learn from them. So paper, yeah. All right, peace.